Hey guys, how you doing? Mitch Bay here. 5 considerations for you to take before you take that first cruise or your next cruise. First one is going to be your companion. Yeah, you're right. Your companion. Say you live maybe New York or Boston or even overseas somewhere, right? Before you book that cruise with any cruise line out there, make sure the person you're with, the companion you're with, or the person you're going to take with you is someone you can get along with, or someone you do get along with. Because let me tell you, if it's crappy now, where you are now in the house, the apartment, or wherever you're living, it's going to be crappy when you're on the cruise. It's not going to, the cruise is not going to change anything. The same problems you have right now with that person in your life, it's going to go with you to the cruise, just like your luggage. So really consider who you take along with you on these trips, because these trips are very special, right? So you want to make sure these special trips are with someone who you think is special, of course, right? Number 2, you got to understand buffet versus restaurant. Buffets are great. I like the buffets better because there is more variety there, in my opinion. More cheeses, more breads, more meats, more whatever, right? Plus, a lot of the cruises, you get the international flavors going on. Brazil and Vietnam and Chinese, wherever, right? Restaurants are more focused, of course. You know, you have your meat here, you have your vegetables here, you have your breads here, and it's a very select choices of things you can have on a restaurant, which makes sense, like any restaurant, of course, right? Just all I'm saying, though, is don't do buffets every night and don't do restaurants every night. Do a mix of both so you can kind of see what you like the best, right? Even me, I prefer buffets, but I eat the restaurants at least 6 times of the last 10 days we were here, so there we go. My advice to you also, number 3, is to overpack. Yes, overpack. Okay, well, here we go. Right now we are in Galveston, right? We left from Galveston to go check out the Bahamas, to go check out Jamaica, Costa Maya. Those places were hot. Belize was hot, right? But now we're back in Galveston, and it's cold out. But I packed a couple hoodies and things like that, you know, some extra clothes here and there to make sure I was warm in Galveston, but not so, but lightly packed for the hotter weather, Belize, right? Because you don't want to sit there and be in a hot sweatshirt in Belize, nor do you want to be in sweats and just a t-shirt in Galveston when it's like 50 degrees outside. So overpack, then underpack. I always say that, okay? I want to also understand that, you know, I don't drink, but I can tell you this from what I hear from people who buy those booze packages. By day 4 or 5, they're thinking it's too much. You know, they got to drink like 9 or 10 a day just to break even on their booze alcohol package. You know, so they're really slamming down the alcohol just to break even on that cost. You know, so I don't even know how much these things cost, right? But I know they cost a little bit of money from what I hear. You know, even then there's tiers of alcohol, right? Your top tiers might cost more, your medium tier, you know, whatever. But make sure if you're going to get into that alcohol program, whatever you do, the alcohol package, make sure you understand the tiers. And number 2, really think about that. Can you drink that much every day to get your money's worth? You know, I mean, people think, oh, yeah, it's great every day. But no, because come day 4 or 5, you may be looking at things a little differently. You may feel a little differently too, okay? Just make sure you think about that, okay? My last one, my pet peeve, my special thing is make sure you appreciate the staff. Make sure you appreciate the staff. Every cruise I've done so far, I've only done 3. I always see somebody on here, some passenger who makes a complete jerk of themselves by not talking to the staff in the appropriate way, not showing them the basic respect. And I think that people forget sometimes that we are all human, you know. Because someone's bringing me tea or bringing me some food, there is no hierarchy there. No one's better than anybody else. I'm just happy I get to be served for 8 or 9 days before I get back into the real world where no one serves me, right? So I'm very happy for that. I do a lot of thank yous because that's how I was raised anyway. But even if you were not raised that way, you should say thank you, please. You know, yes, you paid money for the cruise. Fantastic, that's great. But it doesn't take away your responsibility to be kind to others. That's my strong opinion about that. They do a great job. They support us. They take care of us. Show that appreciation. Thank you, please. Hey, how are you? Right now it's Christmas time, so we say Merry Christmas, you know, and things like that, you know. So just don't forget that. We're not kings and queens. We're just people who we're lucky enough to put aside some money to take a cruise, right? And people here are helping our experience become that much more awesome, that much more extravagant. And they do that by working these 12 or 14-hour days to support us. So I'm just saying, say please to them, say thank you sometimes, you know, say, hey, I appreciate you sometimes. That's all you gotta do. And the cruise would be great for everybody, all right? So there's my 5 points for you. Any comments, let me know. Please subscribe as always, hit the like button, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.